Okay, hello. This is the third anniversary of making this channel. I had something big planned, but it's taking a while, so I thought I'd do something simpler and closer to the origins of this channel. That being unscripted rambling about Pokémon. Sorry if that's not what any newer subscribers are expecting. This one's about how I am disappointed in cat Pokemon designs. I just recently thought about it and asked one person if it made sense for the topic. They said yes, so here we go. I'll explain it very soon. So, Meowth. Meowth is a good design. I like it. But, if, it does not fulfill my desire for a Pokemon that is a cat. It's bipedal, it's very plain coloration. It's good, so I'm rating it B. I'm just gonna rate the designs as I'm rambling about them. But this isn't a cat. It's its own cute thing. It's very similar to a cat. Its evolution, though, is immediately moving down because it's not a fun design, and it's not what I'd want out of a cat either. It's like they took a panther and made it boring, right? It loses everything nice Meowth had going for it, and all it has is a gem in the forehead. It's just kind of a boring cat. I don't know why they even bothered with it. It's just not. It's like, I have a cat that kind of looks similar in coloration to Persian, but it's not a flat color. There's variation, there's, patterns. This is so boring. They could have given it a pattern or anything. I mean, maybe on the Game Boy you couldn't, but, they really just left it like that. Just, just plain beige, just flat across the whole thing. And just left the design at that. It's very disappointing. Now, there's a bunch of Pokemon that are, questionably cats. Mew. Its name is literally Mew. That's like a cat noise. It's got cat-like ears. Is Mewtwo a cat boy? Why is Mew a cat? I know it's about. I think I've seen it's kind of like an early fetal development stage in its design, and that makes sense because it's ancestor of all Pokemon. Why is it like a cat? I don't know. It doesn't really. It's barely cat-like. It's only barely cat-like, and it's a legendary or mythical even. So I'm ignoring it for now. Where it goes here. Bye. Then you've also got Eevee and its Lucians. Eevee doesn't look too cat-like, and neither do any of the original Eeveelutions, though they're all kind of like a cat. Why is it so low resolution? So for the first generation, I don't really feel like I need to rank any of them. But, Espeon's extremely cat-like. And Umbreon, quite cat-like. If you ignore the ears, which are one of the most distinctive features of it, like a cat, then actually Umbreon looks a lot like a cat. Oh god, I forgot to switch. Okay. Okay, a cat has insisted on joining the recording, and I thought, maybe that's a good idea, actually. Anyway, what was it? Yeah, Umbreon and Espeon, actually pretty good cats, I think. Birds are so loud. This is not a... I'm not going to be able to take out the noises. Do you want to hear the cat? Alright, oh yeah, Umbreon and Espeon were not cats I originally thought of for when I was thinking of the cats I wanted to complain about. But, actually, those are pretty good cats. I'm gonna count them. And next, we have these three that I remember, people kept calling them, legendary dogs. And they clearly aren't. They're really obviously cats. Okay, Kyurem isn't a cat. I don't know what this chart's about. This is accurate. These are clearly cats. They're all legendaries, and they're not house cats. So I don't think they exactly fit. what I want out of having like a cat, but they're, you know, these are absolutely cats. I like Entei quite a bit, as being kind of a cat. But they're still going down here. Okay, now here's where I think there's really, the issue really begins. Skitty, it's got a cat-like head, you know, the ears, I guess, and kitty in the name. But like, the tail, the weird body, it's also the second just plain normal type cat. Like, I mean, I'm sure there's people that like it as a cat, but it's still really not what I'm looking for. And I think Delcatty is kind of worse. I mean, it's got this pillow, neck pillow for some reason. It's more like, it looks more like a poodle that you like a fancy poodle where you replaced the ears with cat ears. I'm still holding a cat. I don't know if you can hear it. And then they're also the second plain normal type cat with low stats. The issue is just justifying having it on your team as like a weak normal type. Normal types have to like fight for their spot on your team. Like, some do it by being flying type, like Snorlax just has a ton of stats. But like, if it was a fire type with this, then like, okay, it's kind of bad, but you use it against like grass and bug, and it's gonna work fine. But as a normal type, it's just bad, it's just always bad. So it's like, how am I gonna use Delcatty? That's another issue as well, that just being the boring normal type cat. This one's not transparent. Okay. Sure. That's fine. So, a boring normal type cat with not very good stats. Again, you know, bit of an issue. I hadn't really given Glameow's design a fair chance, I think. I'm looking at it now, and like actually, that's kind of cute. I think this is a decent cat design, but like, the weird tail is not like a significant issue. I think this is actually a good one. I do find it odd that it isn't partially dark type. It feels like it was designed to be partially dark type. I'm gonna have to... do I have to blur this? No. Okay, I don't have to blur that one. Okay, Cygnus, you're messing with my mouse a little bit. Can you... Wow! Okay. So I think it's actually a nicer design, but it is just a normal type cat again. But I mean, you know, I'm gonna put it in B. If it was on its own, that would be good. But then you have this one, the big ugly cat, and it drags Glameow down. Like, even like, I mean, it's more interesting than these two. And I mean, I get the idea was to be the evil, the bad guy cat trope that I've never actually seen done in like a movie. I mean, I assume I just haven't watched the like James Bond movies that it comes from. I have no idea where it even comes from. But anyway, the bad guy's cat, whatever. But it's also just normal type. They could have made it dark if they were going for that. Like, it's very disappointing. So, Purrloin, I don't think this sprite is really fair to Purrloin. Because the sprite, the actual in-game, the way it looks, to me most of the time. Okay, it's the 3D sprite. Does it... Oh, I had actually forgotten that. To me, Purrloin is this. Because it appears in Pokemon Go often, and I don't like this. This is actually good. Was that what it looked like? That looks good. Oh my god. Oh, I actually like it. And it's dark type. So that's something, it's finally not just a normal type. Wow. Oh, maybe I was too mean to Purrloin because of Pokemon Go. This is actually... It looks good. I don't know, I mean, a lot of this is fan art. I'm unsure which ones are exactly the real ones, but I'm pretty sure this one is. So, I think that actually gets to be better than I was expecting. I think that gets to be A, actually. I don't know why well, I do know why. I forgot that Purrloin looked like this. I thought it looked like the weird standing Pokemon Go one, which is... I'm gonna give it a separate ranking. You... tiny thing, go in F tier. This sucks. This is horrible. Nobody wants this. This one? Ah, I actually like that. I'd forgotten about it. Okay, we... There's just a cat distracting me, sorry. We discover things as we do this. That's, what you get from unscripted rants. Liepard I definitely don't really like as much, but I like... It's not horrible. I'm sure there's people out there that are like, I want a cat, and then they found this and they're like, oh, it's a cat, and they're happy with it. So, that's a success, at least, for once. Not counting you. Cygnus, you're messing with my mouse again. I need you to not do that. Now this thing, Espurr, it's not really a cat. It's got purr in the name, but like, if you remove the name, is it a cat? Do cats look like this? I guess it's kind of got like ruffled fur of a kitten, a little bit, but I don't think this is a cat, is the issue. I don't think it looks like a cat at all. At all. It does not look like a cat to me. I'm worried, like, oh, is putting Espurr in E tier going to be too controversial? The comments going to be mad at me? Well, too bad. you can be mad at me over Espurr's place, and I don't think it looks like a cat at all. And Meowstic, I didn't even realize these were cats. I mean, Meow is in their name. But I guess I don't see them often enough to have thought about it. I almost didn't put them on the list. But I checked a list of cats, the cat Pokemon. And that's actually why the evolutions were on there. I found that very interesting. There's lists that put some evolutions on there, but like not Eevee or any of the original 3. And that just seemed very odd. Do you want to purr for the microphone, please? Thank you. Okay. It's like, I thought these were foxes. I mean, again, the name makes it obvious, but like, you need to be more cat-like than your name. Is there a cat feet? They have 2 tails, neither really looks like a cat's. The ears don't look like a cat's. The body doesn't look like a cat's. There's on 2 legs. Where's the cat? So again, this is going in E. I don't care if people like them. They're not good cats. Look, they're not cats at all. Now Litten is perfect. It is actually exactly what I would want out of a cat Pokemon. It's not normal type. It's fire. Like I mentioned. Oh, if you had a fire type cat, then it would be fine. It looks like a cat. That looks exactly like a cat. What do you think? Do you want to say anything about how it looks like a cat? He's not looking at the screen. This lazy cat does not want to work on this video with me. It's perfect. That's exactly what I would want, actually. This is ideal. And the evolution, it keeps going. You know, that's good. It's like the same thing, but bigger, and it's got more red on it, and it's got a bell. Okay, it looks good. This looks good. This is a cat. This is a cat. This is not a cat. This one is not a cat. This is not a cat. I actually really like Incineroar. I think there's good stuff to its design. It is not a cat. It is absolutely not a cat. You went from the perfect cat to not a cat anymore. And that's a significant issue for Incineroar. So that's at the very bottom. This is not remotely a cat. So okay, we've lost another one. We've got another loss for the cats in Pokemon here. You're messing with the mouse again. Can you stop with that? I need it for this. Okay, and then Alolan Meowth. I don't really get Alolan Meowth. They just made it purple. I mean, it's not a bad one, because it's kind of... Well, maybe it is, because the previous Meowth had being the lucky cat thing. It was cute, like, it's got the paw-like one, even. But Alolan Meowth loses elements with that, and is unoriginal. I was just going to put it in C for being, like, they just took it and made it purple, but, like, I kind of want to put it even lower, but whatever. It's the same, not much of a cat. Again, what's the point? And then you have this thing where they took Persian, they did replace beige with purple, and then they made its head ugly. Why? I don't get why Alolan Meowth even exists, but I don't know why they made it this one. Like, it's just ugly. Galarian Meowth, I don't know what they were going for. I don't hate it, but I don't really know why they did it. I don't get it. I don't get it, really. It's a very, very fluffy Meowth. But it's like a Viking? I don't, why did you make Meowth into a Viking? I have no idea. It's not bad. I just have no idea why they did it. And, you know, the evolution's the same situation. They made Meowth into a Viking. I don't know why they did it. But here's Meowth if he was a Viking instead. Sure. Cat! I'm just... Okay. I think he kind of wants to leave. But I'm going to keep him here for a bit longer, because actually I think having a cat for this video helps. He's going to go in the title of the video now. You actually helped me, Cygnus. I thought you were kind of going to be... going to annoy me, but this is helpful. Say something for the microphone. Okay, thank you, Cygnus. I need you to stay for a bit longer. We're almost done. Okay, now, Sprigatito. I don't, because, like, Gatito, Sprigatito. Maybe it's just me that is confused with that. This is a pretty good cat. Its head is kind of big and round in, like, a weird way that I don't like quite as much, but, like, this is one of the best cats, for sure. It could maybe go to S. I just think the head looks a little bit weird. The evolution, it's bipedal, but it's definitely still got, like, a cat's front and back paws, and the ears. You know? Like, I think it's still This could work if it was a stage in cat evolution. I'm not going to discount it. I will put it lower, because I don't think it's as good of a cat. But, like, this one is still a cat. This one, though, is not a cat. This is, like, a sexy magician. It doesn't even have cat ears. I thought it had cat ears, but actually those are not cat ears. It's like a mask that kind of looks like cat ears. That's not a bad idea. Okay, Cygnus is getting a bit mad now. Gonna have to hurry. I quite like Meowscarada as a design, but this isn't a cat anymore. It's got paws and it kind of has cat ears, but this is not a cat anymore. This isn't in E. This is with the other ones that claim to be cats, but are not really cats. Okay, I'm gonna get a replacement cat. I'm gonna see if that works. This is the only cat that likes being carried and held, but I'll try and get a replacement. He needs to leave. Okay, I now have the cat that hates being held the second least. To just finish it off. You might not be able to hear. Can you hear that? Purr for the microphone, please. Okay, thank you. She's a bit confused that I need to hold her, but she's still happy, so we're okay. So I had this weird plan of saving Litleo for last, because it's actually, like, kind of the best cat, I think. Which is a bit weird. I mean, because it's a lion, which isn't necessarily the kind of cat you want, but I think it works well in the role. It's very round features looking at, like, the head. I don't like the, like, ball-shaped head and super round ears. But, like, it can definitely go into A. And then it actually evolves into something that gets to stay in A. These are good cats. Look at these. That's a lion. That's also a lion. I don't like the... I mean, you know, obviously the male one got a better design. But, like, the female one also looks like a lion. The hair, I don't think they have that, but you gotta give them something, I guess. It's pretty good. This is like... It starts out a pretty good cat, and it evolves into a pretty good cat. This is great. This is exactly what you want out of a cat Pokemon, for it to stay a cat and not get worse. I think this is the only one that does that. So I'm like, hey, there we go. The good cat Pokemon, I found it. It's Litleo. So these are ones that I don't really want to count these as being cats, because they're whatever. Legendaries, I don't know. That one I hate. That one is not a cat. That one I hate. And then these are not really cats. These are kind of cats, but they just have bad designs. And then these are like these are the acceptable cats, I would say. It's surprisingly few still, and these ones evolve out of it. These ones don't evolve into it. These ones evolve out. Here's the good cats. I've selected what I believe to be the worthwhile cat Pokemon. Oh, the list I tried checking before did not put Shinx into it. But that is actually a cat. Okay, we gotta go add Shinx. Okay, you know what, actually, I think Shinx and beats Pyroar. I think Shinx pretty easily beats Pyroar for being a cat. This is like... Oh man, I don't know how I didn't think of Shinx. Shinx wins everything. What do you think, Ken? Can they hear you? You're purring pretty loudly, so I hope they can. And let me move you just the microphone so that I can make sure they can hear you, okay? Okay. That's the victory for Pyroar, for Shinx. Shinx gets a victory per... Oh god. the Luxray Funko Pop. Not the Luxray Funko Pop. I just did a whole bunch of like jokes on the why did you not even? I just did a bunch of jokes on the Luxray Funko Pop on the tier list, but I wasn't recording. Okay, I just lost those ones. Anyway, Luxray is the winner. Luxray has a Funko Pop. None of the other cats. None of them get a Funko. Well, they might. Oh god, Funko Pops they're so amazing. Anyway, I do think they get a bit worse for being cats after Shinx, but I'm running out of space, so they get to just kind of go in the corner there. Okay, so this is to Saint Solgaleo, and that makes sense. I'll add that in a moment. Zeraora, okay, Zangoose? Chien Pao? Huh? This is a mongoose. This is a mongoose, not a cat. What? Oh, is it because it's like a saber-tooth cat and mongoose? Is that the idea? It's a mongoose. That's not, this one's not a cat. Is this a cat? I mean, look, okay. I have a solution. I have an easy solution. Is this a cat? Well, is Incineroar a cat? Bye. And Solgaleo goes in the same category as the legendary cats, because it's also a legendary cat. Alright. Snorlax is not cat-like. What do you mean? Sneasel? That's a weasel! What is with people in thinking weasels and ferrets are cats? Because they aren't. Or mongoose? Wait, did I say mongoose before? I think that's a mongoose. Which is similar to our ferret. It's a ferret or a mongoose, one of those. Anyway. Munchlax? What are people doing here? What are people talking about? Why are these in that category? Sneasel and Weavile are not cat-like, neither is Zangoose. What are you talking about? The cat ferret? No, what? Okay, Callie needs to leave. She doesn't like being held that much, but she's gonna be on my bed. She'll be nearby. You can hear her. The cat ferret? Zangoose is a cat? What about this is a cat? Where's the cat features in it? Where's the cat? It's what? I don't see a single cat element. What do you mean the cat ferret? This goes like below F tier. This doesn't deserve to, what do you mean? This is what kind of cat is that? Okay, some people and their and then their cat lists of Pokemon. Just don't believe them. What do you mean that's a cat? Well, I mean that one. Okay, that one's officially a cat, supposedly. I don't know how. Okay, Callie's far away on my bed. You can't hear her anymore, but she's looking very happily out the window. Let me take a picture. Well, that's a good idea. Snorlax is not a cat. People will see, like, pointed ears and say, oh, that must be a cat. It's like a bear that they gave pointed ears because, I don't know, didn't want to get rounded ears. This is no cat element at all. Okay. Well, Munchlax has a Funko Pop, so I think that does mean it gets to count as a cat. Here we go. Here's a cat. It gets to go with Luxray. Absol, I actually, like, when I was looking through the list of Pokemon to see if I missed any cats, I was like, you could say Absol is. I don't know why you would, but, like, here you go, Absol. Sneasel, though, I just don't get. This isn't a cat at all. I don't think it even gets to go on the list. Whatever. I'm just throwing everything on the list now. Here you go. You can hide with them. There you go, Sneasel. You're definitely a cat. There's so many cat features of Sneasel. I mean, there's the... isn't that amazing? So the only ones I haven't covered are the extra EVs, and like, whatever. Like, if you want to call him a cat, I guess you could, but like, I think Espeon's the only one that's like, fully a cat, and Umbreon's pretty cat too, but like, the others, whatever. Like, let's go. Let's just throw you on there. Okay, there you go. That's the final tier list. I think this rates all the cats by how much of a cat they are and how good the design is, by my opinion, which is the only correct one. Yeah, I think everybody should be satisfied with this one. It just really shows there's a lot of like cats that are trying and then they fail, and there's only one cat that makes it through it all. Baby, it's Litleo. Okay, we'll see if I can edit that into a video of any quality level. That was a bit of a mess.